Well, welcome back to the Grillzebo. I'm Eric. This is my Grillzebo. One of my subscribers wanted me to do a brisket, but brisket's a little bit expensive these days, so I got myself a nice tri-tip for a decent price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this grandchamp smoker right here. We're going to do that tri-tip on that. I'm going to smoke it like a brisket. So let's go inside, see what I do to get this thing started, and I'll see you in a little bit. I got this tri-tip unwrapped and rinsed off, but it's got junk on there like this right here. This is some really tight leathery stuff right here, so I'm going to go through here. I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. Now I don't want to take all of this fat off of here, but I am going to get some of this tough stuff. You see, I can't even get my knife through there. There we go. So let me get this thing cleaned up, and we'll get back to it here in a little bit. Let me get this stuff off here. Now this right here is called the silver skin. It's a really tough layer in there, and I'm going to get this stuff taken off because I don't want this. It's going to be real chewy once it cooks. You can see how tough it is. It doesn't even want to pull. I can lift the tri-tip up with it. So let's get that off of here and get on with seasoning this thing and get it on the smoker. Okay, so as you can see, I got this relatively cleaned up. I want to keep a little bit of fat on this side, and then I got it cleaned up pretty good on that side. So I'm going to be putting some seasoning on here, probably just salt, pepper, and garlic. Doesn't really need much more than that. I like that flavor; it works well. Smoking it with some pecan and hickory, real wood, not pellets. So we're going to get this thing seasoned up and get it out on the smoke. We've got to get that fire started. I need to light up a base of charcoal and then put my wood on top of that. So let's get this baby going. All I have is coarse ground black pepper, salt, and some powdered garlic. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll start out with some salt. We'll get that going. Because what I want to do is get this thing seasoned up before I get that fire started, and that way it can sit up. It can sit here. It can rest, or what I like to call sweat. It's got to sweat, and then once my fire's done, once I get that fire going, this thing should be sweated enough where it'll be perfect to put on that smoker. I'm not using any binder. I did spray a little canola oil in this pan, so that might help some things stick to it, but I'm not big on using binders. I don't know that it's necessary. I mean, some people do. I'm not going to slam anybody that does. So if you want to use a binder, feel free to use a binder. It ain't going to hurt nothing. It ain't going to make nothing any worse. It ain't going to make nothing any better, in my opinion. So you do you. And don't let me tell you what to do. It's not my place. Alright, we got that side. Let's flip this sucker over. do some salt on here. I want to keep this fat cap on here. There are times when I would go ahead and turn this fat cap down towards the heat to protect that meat. But I'm not going to do that today because last time I did that on some pork loin, it made the pork loin turn out dry. I mean, it looked good and it tasted good and it was really tender, but it wasn't juicy like I wanted it to be. So we're just going to go ahead and do the fat cap up on this. Now, a friend of mine that owns his own meat processing place down in Oklahoma, he used to own a deli store and a sandwich shop. And what he told me was that the meat will only take on 4 hours of smoke. And then after that, you're just wasting wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on for 4 hours. I'm going to wrap it up, either butcher paper or foil, whatever you got. I have both. And then I'm going to put it in the oven here to finish it off, to bring it up to about 205 internal temp. So let me get that fire started, and we'll see y'all after a while. I'm going to put the fat end towards the flame, like so. Put it right here because I've got a hot spot right there where the flame comes under the baffle and then back up to the smokestack. So I'm going to keep it off that open area right there. I use a water pan in there. A lot of people don't want to, but you can. I mean, what difference does it make if you do or if you don't? I think, my theory is that it helps keep moisture inside the barrel. Some people think it doesn't make a difference, but that's their opinion. So we're going to close this up and get this thing going. Of course, I'll check the internal temp on this thing with the fat side. We're at a stall of about 154. 155, I go a little bit deeper. We're at a stall. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing in aluminum foil. And I'm going to bring it inside and finish it off in the oven at about 225 degrees. Go ahead and, now I'm going to go ahead and double wrap in case one of them pokes through. Start folding. Fold it up good and tight. We want that steam to stay inside there. It's going to help moisten that meat. And just fold this end over, like so. Fold it back over again if you have to. Take this side over here. We're just going to fold it up on top. Get that nice and tight. Now we're going to do the same thing with this second piece. Ooh, that's falling apart like a brisket. Look at that. Talk about tender. Ooh, that's just fall apart. Yeah. Nobody else is getting any. This is so good. Oh my God. This is so good. You got to do it this way. I'll see you next time on Kellersgrillzebo. Bye.